Welcome to my channel. My name is Tom Kim. I'm a recent graduate from UCLA and as well as a property coach. But today, I just want to talk about how I got this Porsche 3 weeks before my graduation at UCLA, okay? Now, I'm not going to talk about the payment on it or what kind of model it is, whatever. The Porsche is a Porsche, okay? Now, there are going to be three main things that we're going to talk about here, okay? Mindset. What kind of mindset that I had? Only 7 years ago, I couldn't even speak English at all, right? And I got into UCLA and somehow I graduated in 3 years, right? I want to talk about what kind of mindset that I had along the journey and what kind of actions that I took. What kind of, actions, what kind of habits, all that good stuff, right? What kind of actionable steps that I took, right? And why you can't do the same thing lastly, okay? Because if I can do it, you can do it too. So let's get into it. Come on. Okay, first thing, right? Mindset. Again, like I said, only 7 years ago, I couldn't even speak English at all, okay? The only words that I could speak was this and that, right? I want this, I want that, can I have this, just this and that, right? And now somehow I got into UCLA and graduated in 3 years, right? I went from 2.2 to 3.7 and now I got a Porsche, right? So the mindset that I had, only one, right? Now, you can't really be like a kind of wanted person, right? If you want it, you want it. There's no kind of wanted, right? So for example, let's say you want A's and B's on your exams and classes, right? And you're still okay with, even if you don't get A's and B's, you're still okay with C's and D's, right? You can't be like that, right? Because you're competing people against me, people like me, right? Who are really serious and dedicated and coming to get that thing, right? Same thing happened when it comes to even UCLA, right? Back in my junior year and back in high school, the only things that I was talking about with my friends, my family, my brother, my girlfriend, was UCLA. I mean, technically not particularly UCLA specifically. I was talking about always school that I wanted to go to California. Hey mom, dad, I just want to go to school in California. I just want it. I don't know why, but I just wanted it. And that's how I ended up in UCLA, right? Same thing comes with the Porsche, right? Every weekend back at UCLA, every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I went to Porsche dealership nearby the campus, right? It was only 20-minute walk, 20-minute running, right? I went there literally every single weekend just to the Porsche cars, right? And that's how bad I wanted this car, right? I just imagine that I own this car one day in the near future, right? So how bad do you want this? How committed, how dedicated are you with this? Or just, okay, even if you don't get it, or are you like, you have to get it, right? Same thing comes with sports, hobbies that I do, right? If I want it, I get it, right? Now, one issue that I've been noticing with many people is, if you're wondering, right, why you're not really motivated to take action towards something that you want or you think you want, right? Maybe you should think about it one more time, right? Do you really want this, right? Because if you want it, you do something about it, right? Maybe you're not going to be able to get grades overnight or whatever. You're not going to be fixing problems right away, but maybe you're going to be still looking something up. Even for me, right, when I was stuck at 2.2 GPA back my freshman year, I wasn't just sitting there and doing nothing about it and thinking about just taking action or whatever. Not thinking, right? I wasn't just sitting there. I was doing something at least, right? I was looking up on YouTube how to get 4.0 GPA, what kind of studying strategies, what kind of productivity skills that I can use, right? I was doing something at least, right? I wasn't just sitting in my bed, just looking at my phone, wondering why I'm not motivated to take action, right? You gotta be doing something, okay? So don't be that kind of wanted person. You're not gonna get it because you're competing people against, like me, people who are about to just get that. Yeah. I'm not going to be talking about the studying skills or habits or whatever strategies and all that stuff, right? Today I just want to talk about taking action, literally taking action, okay? Now, if you're waiting for the perfect time, sorry, it's not going to come. It's never going to come. I've actually myself wasted 2, 3, 4 years just waiting for the perfect situation, perfect time to come to me, and it never came. I had to at some point just take action, even if I was in a hard situation, a difficult situation, and that's how I just lived my life so far, right? Now, perfect timing, right? I see a lot of people, just many people, spend their lives trying to get ready, right? You're just waiting for that perfect time to come, right? But think about it, for example, in the beginning of the semester, new classes, new professors, new everything, new clubs and all that, you're gonna be busy, right? In the middle of the semester, still, you got midterms coming up, club meetings, you got office hours to go, still busy, right? At the end of the semester, still busy. Finals coming up, you have to wrap up the meetings and all that stuff, right? Still busy. Over the break, still busy because you got plans with your family, friends, internship maybe, traveling plans and all that. So when's the perfect timing? Never, right? So right now is always the best time, the perfect time to take action. Even if it's a different situation, it's good for you actually, right? Because when it gets easier, it's much better for you, right? And when it gets harder, you've already experienced it before, so you just can live with it, right? So just take action right now, just go through with it, even if it's difficult. It's always not procrastinate. It's always best to not procrastinate and to take action with it and live with it. And maybe, I don't know, a month later, 2 months later, you'll thank yourself, right? So take action. Don't wait for the perfect time, right? That's not how I was able to get this Porsche, right? I didn't wait for the perfect time. If I was waiting for the perfect car, perfect timing, this wouldn't be here right now, sitting next to me, right? So take action right now, okay? Lastly, I want to talk about why you are also qualified to do the same thing as me. Of course, here I'm not trying to say I'm better than you, or I'm trying to show for whatever, even this car or whatever, all the achievements that I did with the 3-year graduation, all that stuff. No. I'm simply trying to show you what could also happen if you just took the same actions, or rather just similar actions as me, right? We're no different, right? We're same person, we're same people, right? But maybe the actions and habits and routines that we've been taking were maybe slightly a little different, right? And that different actions just led a little different places, right? I'm here, you're here. We're no different. We're not like lower or higher. We're just same level, but just at different places, right? So maybe the actions that I took, I didn't wait for the perfect time, right? I wasn't like a kind of wanted person, right? Just like you, right? I just went there, even if it's difficult, I just took action. I don't care if it was perfect time or imperfect time. I just thought about just taking action, right? Do something about it, right? At some point, I have to actually invest into mentorship program to really go from point A to point B. Because I hated being stuck at some place, right? I hated being stuck at 2.2 GPA. I hated being stuck and waking up late, right? All that good stuff, right? So I had to do something about it. I wasn't sitting there, right? I wasn't just waiting for the perfect time to come. I had to get there myself, right? With actions, right? If you start taking action right now, you can do the same thing, right? Maybe just a little different, right? So here's the definition of insanity, right? As Einstein said, right? If you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're expecting something different to happen, that's basically the definition of insanity, right? You have to do something different, even if it's slightly different, with your actions and habits and all that, right? The way you study, the way you work out, the way you do something, the way you talk, the way you act, right? Slightly different to lead yourself to something different place, different results, different grades, right? So start doing something different. If you're still doing the same thing and still expecting something different, you're basically crazy, okay? And now, be crazy in that you want it, right? Be insane about it, right? I've actually gotten told that I'm crazy because of how many times I told Porsche with my girlfriend, my family, all that stuff, right? Every time I was talking to them on my phone, I was talking about Porsche. I'm gonna get this Porsche one day, I'm gonna get into this school, I'm gonna get into UCLA, I'm gonna get this thing, get that thing, all the time, every single day, right? So, want it badly, right? If you're not taking action towards it, you probably don't want it enough, right? So think about it, think through, and take action right away, okay? See you soon.